Not taking care of no man. It doesn't matter if he did put me through nursing school. I'm not taking care of no broke man. There will be some women that will agree.
I am supposed to rush to get ready, pay for my Uber, buy my ticket, and mission to wherever the event is because you want to see me.
Man will watch how you react when he says, "We not spending money on that right now." He'll notice if you're still sweet when he's broke, he's stressed and distracted.
The woman I'd been dating told me she couldn't build a future with a broke guy. I smiled, paid for dinner, and walked away.
Really wasn't where you wanted to be at. You gotta watch out for stuff like that, man, because life happens, bro. Who say your business might slow down?
To share with y'all. Me as a man, it actually made me feel good because it confirmed that I'm not the only man out here looking for somebody who actually values me for me, not my money or what I have. So it says guy pretended to be broke, but he was actually a millionaire testing women. This is something I would do. To every woman he dated, he looked like an average guy just trying to get by. Simple clothes, budget restaurants, modest lifestyle, but underneath all of that, he was a millionaire. And the broke version of himself was a test. He waited to see who was dating for connection and who was dating for convenience. Who stayed patient when dates weren't expensive. Who showed kindness when he couldn't do more. Who still respected him when there was nothing impressive to show. Most women didn't last past week 2. Some complained about his lack of ambition. One said she needed a man who could provide, even though she really knew him. But then he met one woman who didn't care about any of it. She showed up, laughed with him, planned free dates, bought him lunch when he said money was tight, and treated him the same every single time. After a few months, he finally told her the truth, who he was, what he owned, and why he did it. She was shocked, but not angry. She said she wasn't there for money anyway. The story went viral because it exposed a real shift in modern dating. Some people test loyalty with messages. Some test it with temptation. He tested with humility, and for once the test revealed someone genuine. You could be looking a gift horse directly in the eyes, and you will mess it up because of your superficial ways and expectations.
Learn something, ladies. Learn. There's many of men doing it. Like, it's not just one man. Oh, just a, flash in the pan. You know what ladies don't realize? There are a lot of millionaires and billionaires walking to the U.S. They're living regular lives. They're not out here balling. They don't have the nice, shiny car. Like, why? Take a look at what's happening. The people that have all of that stuff are broke. So the guys that keep that Honda, don't sleep, ladies. You can't sleep. This is your shot. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. That's what's happening. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. Females are losing it. And you know what they're saying? Oh, man, these men are broke. Gotcha. They're doing a Dave Chappelle. Gotcha, bit. Right? Come on now.
Tell people where you are today isn't where you're going to be at tomorrow. So as a man who is not a millionaire, I appreciate this because he was somebody who had money and resources, and he chose to not lead with that and portray himself as a regular guy when he could have easily pulled up in the Lambo stunting. But by doing that, how would you weed out all the women that are there just for your money and not for you actually as a man?
It's wild because I talk about that when I have my consultations, right? I say, you see it all the time. Guys trying to act like they live that life, right? To sell their programs. They try to act like they got the Lambo or they have the nice house. There's no need to show it off. Like, from somebody that really does it, they laugh at that. Like, look at this broke person showing off. Why? Why would you need to show off? Men want real love. You know how men feel? I'm going to sing again, y'all. Y'all know I'm going to sing. Real love. Dun, 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 dun. I'm talking about a real love. You want that old school Mary J. And nowadays, we're not going to get it. So what have we been doing? Going over yonder. Learn something, ladies. There's a lot of rich guys going yonder.
Living in your dreams or you successful, when you dating, bro, you got to have 2 kits. Your regular kit for your life, like, with your nice cars and stuff. And then you gotta have your, I ain't really got it like that kit. Maybe like a little 2000 Honda, modest clothes, because you gotta weed out the type of women you dealing with, bro. Because as a man, you'll work your whole life and end up getting with a woman that wouldn't have talked to you or even dealt with you if you was the one still building and really wasn't where you wanted to be at. You gotta watch out for stuff like that, man, because life happens, bro. Who say your business might slow down? Shit, you might get injured on the job or something. You need to know that your woman gonna still be there for you and still be there with you if you ain't had shit. And that'd be the worst part about. That's why they.
Now, you see what's happening, right? More and more men are testing females. And you guys already know they're failing. You already know. Of course, you're not going to see that on TikTok. But why are they failing? They have no shame. They're sprinkling it up. Sprinkle. Go get that next thing. See, what ladies don't understand, you hear guys say, it ain't tricking if you got it. Yes, it is. Because that guy tricking is trying to show it. That means he don't got it. Like, guys that got it don't want to blow unnecessary money. Blowing money on the finer things is blowing money. Why would he blow money on the finer things when he can take that money and flip it and quadruple it and make 20 times over what he invested? That's what guys that have money do. Check it out. I'm sorry, I cut him off.
I always say, man, you better get a man while he building, because that's the only time a man gonna have capacity for love for a woman. But it's like when you broke, it's when you really love a chick. You know she there for you, because you ain't really got shit. Because it's easy for a woman to act like she love you for the next 20, 30 years of her life if she know you having that shit. So, man, be careful out here, man. Don't be out here falling for anything, because, man, folks don't be straight for real. They don't be straight for real, man.
They don't, and it's a problem. And if a man has means, he has to do that. Like, why would he not? But take a look at this, because the next guy is Dave Ramsey, who's rich himself. But guys call this show. You guys got to hear it. Listen to.
People think I'm broke, but I'm actually a billionaire. I wear the same $20 hoodie every day, drive a car older than me, and live in a plain 2-bedroom apartment. Neighbors feel sorry for me. Friends joke about how I never have money. But what they don't know is that I own tech companies, skyscrapers, and enough land to build a city. My bank account has more zeros than I can count, yet nobody sees it. That's exactly how I want it. The moment people realize you're rich, they stop treating you like a person. You become a target, a ticket, a transaction. Just last week, a woman I'd been dating told me she couldn't build a future with a broke guy. I smiled, paid for dinner, and walked away. You'll never know, I could have bought the restaurant on the spot.
Yeah.
See, acting broke isn't about hiding wealth. It's about finding the rare people who see me, not my money. And trust me, those people are worth more than billions. Because money can buy houses, cars, even influence. But it can't buy loyalty, can't buy real love, and it definitely can't buy peace of mind. So I keep living simple. No designer labels, no flashy cars, no spotlight.
Listen, ladies, you heard him. Keep living simple, because he keeps more of his money. Also, they don't want to have people around them. Like, if you look up online, look up what do you call it? What do you call those guys? Minimalists, right? A lot of guys that are millionaires and billionaires, well, girls too, are minimalists. You have to be very simple. Go outside, dress simple and plain. You would never know they got it. And they'll keep it that way because they got a regular car, old car, right? It works. They got enough money to fix their car. So they're rolling around in a car that's 20 years old, but it's fixed up like to the T. See, they make sure they put the money in the car. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. But that's what's happening, ladies. So a lot of you are missing out on your opportunity.
You could pay the light bill for me this month. Like, I'm on my end, I'm kind of short right now.
Yeah, I'll pay it. That's fine.
You sure?
Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay it. I mean, we do live together, keep my house not there. And I was thinking, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start buying some night lights and stuff to, keep us from using the lights so much, because I know I be turning on the lights a lot, and I'm probably
like, this is my bill. Like, I created this bill, like,
It's okay. I mean, we both actually created the bill. It's both of our light bills.
That's my girl.
So it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. I just told
they test women with patience. A man will watch how you react when he says, "We not spending money on that right now." He'll notice if you're still sweet when he's broke, he's stressed and distracted. He'll also notice how you talk about other men. Are you respectful or are you reckless? Trust me, a man is never going to announce a test that he's putting you through. He will always notice when you roll your eyes at his grind, if you nag him when he's drained, and if you disrespect him when he's down. Trust me, he is going to file that away in his head. So here's the kicker. When a man pulls back, it is not because he's confused. He's real clear on what his actions are. The sad part is when that happens, you literally have failed the test and you didn't even realize you were being tested. So I say all of this to say men test women all the time, and it's not to play games at all. They are trying to see if you are built for the long haul with them.
Are constantly and consistently testing you. So me and my homegirl went to the club one night. She had a friend that was a promoter, so we pulled up and we get to the booth, right? And this man turns around. This is another man, a friend of his, turns around and is like God smacked when he sees me, okay? Oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, this and that. You're exactly my type, yada, 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 right? So we end up exchanging numbers, and he's been texting me and calling me, whatever. So one night he randomly calls me around 10 p.m. He calls and he goes, "Oh, so there's an event tonight. I would love to see you tonight." And I said, "Oh, would you? Where is it? What time? Whatever." Mind you, it's late already. It's like 9, 10 o'clock at night already. The event is either started or is about to start, which means now I have to rush to get ready. He gives me the details, this and that, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, so do I need tickets to come to this event?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think so." And I'm like, "So you're inviting me out tonight, but you don't have a ticket for me?" I said, "Are you gonna buy my ticket?" He goes, "Oh, let me see if there's a couple extra ones left or some shit. I'll let you know." Let me get this straight. I am supposed to rush to get ready, pay for my Uber, buy my ticket, and mission to wherever the event is because you want to see me. The pick Mishas and the bare minimum baddies would be like, "Oh, he wants to see me. Yeah, babe, I'll be there." A pick Misha is gonna think,
You guys already see the issue. I don't even need to talk. I don't have to say a word.
this is effort. He took the time out of his day to call me and invite me somewhere. Wow. But in reality, he found an opportunity to get access to you with little to no effort. And once you show a man that he can get access to you with little to no effort, he's never going to make the effort to plan a date or do anything intentional with you because he knows he doesn't have to. He can gain access to you for free. Because he was already going to this event. You know what I'm saying? And if you pull up without him having to provide you a ticket or a ride, I mean, it's a win-win for him. He gets access to your energy and he gets the party. This was a test, okay? He was testing me. He was testing me to see if he could gain access to me with doing the bare minimum. And let me tell you, when he realized that he couldn't, I stopped hearing from him. Stand firm in your boundaries and know what you're willing to accept and what you don't accept, and these men will weed themselves out. You won't even have to let them down easy or anything. They'll just off. And good riddance. Okay?
She would have been a girl that rejected the millionaire, right? Now, when the guy said, "Let me see if I have a couple of extra tickets," what does it sound like he does for a living? It sounds like he promotes parties, right? I remember back in the day, I was promoting parties for a brief second, not that long, and I had a couple of extra tickets. So when she said that, my head said ding 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 ding, party promoter. But You know, when the brain is switched off, modern woman, I say it all the time, and you know, it makes sense. When the brain is switched off, all you thinking is hypergamy. What can I get? What am I getting? What food are you bringing to my table? This is what happens. These ladies miss opportunities all the time because the brain is switched off. When he said a couple of extra tickets, you just said, "Oh, you're the promoter. You can't get me in?" Like, what are you talking about? Let me see if I got a couple of extra tickets. And then you didn't say any conversation happened after that. Like, I'm analyzing everything she's saying. So what happened after that? You just talked about what you're not going to. I'm not going to tolerate that. If you let him in, these ladies, man, ruining the date market. See, she's on the internet thinking she's hitting on something right now. And don't realize, okay, men are analyzing what you're saying. Like, you know, I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to do my crime scene investigation on the words you saying out of your rabbit mouth. And you got to stand tall on it because men are holding you to it. These ladies have no idea what's happening right now. No shame, right? Women have no shame. Let's continue.
A man who is studying you and a man who is vetting you, pay attention. A man who is vetting you has a strong sense of self. He knows who he is. He knows what kind of woman aligns with his life. So when he's vetting you, he's trying to figure out, do our worlds align? Do our values align? Are we compatible? He's focused on how can we grow together. So he's thinking of it as a partnership, not just what he can get from you. A man who is studying you is focused on himself. He's thinking about what he can get from you. How can she make my life better? How can she make me look better? How can she make me feel better? And because he's studying you, he's figuring out what can he do for you to make you basically give him all of those things. If that is giving you some sweet nothings, telling you the things that he thinks that you want to hear, buying you a few flowers, knowing that you're essentially going to say, hey, come and stay over at my house, and he just never leaves, he's going to do that. And we all say that eventually the mask will slip, but people tell on themselves very early on if you are just paying attention. A man with a strong sense of self has his own interests, he has his morals, his beliefs, his values, he has things that are important to him, he has a foundation. The man who is studying you may have a few things, a hobby, an interest here and there, but the core values, a foundation, he doesn't have it because he will go anywhere that he is accepted. So he'll start mirroring you. It may seem like we have so much in common when really he's just saying what he needs to say so that he can get you to do what he needs you to do. And a few ways to notice this early on: if you're going on dates and he's only talking about himself, if he talks about an idea of you that isn't who you really are, if he doesn't have any clear direction of where he's going with his life, if he doesn't have any firm boundaries that he honors and respects, if you can't tell what he stands for, this is a major one. If you can't really tell, even if he tells you that he has these morals and values, but you can't tell what he stands for because it feels like it's constantly changing to match yours. And also listen to your body. If you feel like things aren't adding up, if you feel like things aren't making sense, pay attention to your body. Go slow. Go slower than you want to go so that you can actually sit with and process what is going on. The man who is vetting you may even be a slow burn because he's also trying to see how it feels in his body. And the man who is studying you, who doesn't see you as a person but just a vessel who can benefit him, he's going to want to rush so fast so that you don't know what happens, that by the time
You see, assuming. This is the problem. Let me let her continue.
you actually realize this doesn't make sense, you're already locked in with a baby and he's living in your house. So when you're vetting him, make sure that he is vetting you. Don't just listen to the words he says, but also pay attention to how his actions align with those words. But if it just feels like he's collecting data and he's not actually emotionally curious about who you are, you know what to do.
One way that guys test women: he won't text you back, or he'll disappear or go missing to see how you respond. Now, I'm not saying this is great, and in fact, he could be doing this unconsciously or he can be doing it consciously. But when a guy goes missing or pulls away in that way, often it is a test, because part of it is seeing how you'll respond to that. If you're going to be getting desperate, getting needy, texting him all the time, calling him all the time, attacking him, whatever it might be, or if you remain cool, you know your value, you set your standard, or in fact, if you end up moving on, that could be a sign either way that you'll send to him that, hey, if you still go missing, like, I'm not going to accept that. I'm a high value woman and I'm going to be moving on and losing and looking elsewhere. So either you fix that behavior or I'm literally gone.
he doesn't want to spend money on a dinner for you is also not always right. Sometimes a guy wants to just talk. He doesn't want the distraction. He wants to get to know you, and he wants to know you're there for him. He wants to know that that fancy dinner may come or it may not come, but you're really interested in him. And if you're really interested in him, why do you need the fancy dinner on date one?
Properly listen to these 3 things I'm about to tell you. Make sure you save this video for later so you can always come back to it. Number 1, her morals. We want to see what she believes is right and wrong. We want to see how she thinks, right? We want to see, okay, does she think it's okay for her to look at men as just, providers and, they're just here to fund my lifestyle? We want to see if she believes that, oh, I don't have to, support my man. I don't have to add any value to his life. We want to look for those things, right? We're looking for her morals and things she believes because it's going to tell you a lot about the next thing we're going to talk about. Number 2, her character, right? We want to see how she moves. What are some traits about her? Is she actually going to be supportive in helping you in your mission in life, with your purpose? Or is she just going to be draining, taking, and just making you feel like shit? You out all day going against the war. Maybe you're going to work, maybe you're working on your business, and then you got to come home to another war. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want to come home to a safe haven, a place of peace, a place that we can go ahead and be our vulnerable selves and just be comfortable in. However, if she doesn't provide that, I'm going to be real. No. Drop ones in the comments down below if you're getting some value right now. Next, values. We want to see what's important to her in life. Is, nurturing, being a mother, important to her? Is having a family important? Is, being a boss baby, independent one? Is that her? Like, you want to see what's her values. What are her values? You want to make sure you're properly vetting. It's not all about the external, right? Because the external comes from the internal, right? They can be all light like this on the outside, but be dark as hell like this on the inside. So you have to make sure you're vetting women properly.
Very true.
Into nursing school, he got my hair, nails, everything done. So he up here on this level, I'm down here on this level. You get where I'm going? He got me up here with him because he was making good money. But then he ended up losing his job 2 years ago. Lost his job, and now he broke. What did I do? Broke up with him and got on because I'm not finna take care of no grown man.
Can't make this shit up.
I'm not doing that.
Now, I guarantee you there'll be some women in the comments of this video that I'm making right now that will agree with her wholeheartedly. That's what a man is supposed to do. A man is supposed to come in and improve my quality of life. I'm not taking care of no man. It doesn't matter if he did put me through nursing school. I'm not taking care of no broke man. There will be some women that will agree. But here's the part that I can't wrap my head around. Where's the gratitude? Where's the appreciation? Where is the thankfulness that this man held you down, got your hair and your nails done, sent you through nursing school? I'm sure he was paying all the bills while you were doing so. Where is the gratitude for the sacrifice that this man made to make sure you could become the woman that you are? Because let's be honest, if it wasn't for that man doing what he did, she wouldn't be where she is. So instead of y'all sitting here looking down at this man because he's hit a rough patch, he lost his job. Instead of you looking down, I don't need you, you broke now, and dismissing this man, discarding him, how about we stop for a second and realize this man has held me down for 2 years. I tell you what, baby, maybe you need to go back to school now. I don't even like the fact that somebody else can tell you when you can and cannot work. I know what kind of man you are. How about we start you a business, baby? How about I take care of all the bills? How about I hold us down while you decide what you gonna do? That's what we should be doing as women. They take care of us so we can help take care of them when they need. See, if we're supposed to be a real help meet that man where he is and help him. Here's the caveat. What we cannot do, men, is sit by, working, paying all the bills, taking care of you while you have a sense of entitlement. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have that nursing degree, so the least you can do is take care of me. The Bible says a man who don't work don't eat.
Okay, yeah.
So we're not taking care of no able-bodied men. We're not doing that. Because teamwork makes the dream work, and 2 incomes is better than 1. So you going to go to work, I'm going to go to work. We're going to hold each other down in the hard times, but that's how you build a nice, comfortable life. Everybody does their part. It's
Tell
women
him.
like this that
Tell him.
ruin good men, and I'm sick of it.
I have slept with so many married women in my life. I have slept with so many married women in my life that I can't trust nobody, kid. I don't trust no woman on earth. Me personally. You have a different situation. Like, you might have a woman who went to school. Y'all, not in the streets. Y'all ain't never been out. None of this shit. I have slept with so many of y'all wives out here. I can't trust women. That's what I'm like, Dr. Umar. That's what happened to me. Let me keep it real with y'all. As Slim Thug, the rapper, I believe every woman goes. I don't believe that no woman don't go. Now, a regular woman who is seeing fine ass Slim Thug after a show, and this is her opportunity
to settle down and get married. Niggas dudes' wives out here. That's why a lot of dudes' girls got and that shit play on a nigga conscience. Like, especially when you did it numerous of times, it'll make you feel like, what makes me so special? What makes me exempt that it's not gonna happen to me? That's what play on dudes' conscience. Like, you the handsome janitor in the building, but you boy wife that's making $100,000 a week pushing birds, and you in his wife's mouth on a regular. He got the Porsche parked outside. You get on the train every day, but every chance you get, you knocking that pussy loose. That's what play on a nigga mental. Know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, not that, oh, he's scorned, he got cheated on before. I get asked by females, why is it so hard? A woman hurt him, that's why he's scared of marriage. No, he out here a lot of niggas' wives, and that's what's playing on his mental. And dudes be getting lined up, robbed, and all that shit. And the first thing they say is, homies lined that up. That was an inside job. It was an inside job, all right. A nigga pierced his arm and fucked his wife. Checkmate. That's why when he got caught lacking at the crib he thought nobody knew about, that shit came from his wife's pillow talking. Dudes do not be battle testing these females. Oh, she pretty. She treat me like a king. I'm a wifer. No, you got to battle test her. Your little man that ain't getting no money, send matter. Your man from Queens, Brooklyn, he got the Porsche, he got the Benz. That's what she into. Send her anything that you think she attracted to. Send it at her. See if she passed the test. See if she turned it down before you even could cheat it on.
37 years old, and let me tell you how I had to ghost 99.99% of the people I met along the way, including my friends, including some family, to actually save my life in my 20s. I'm not living in a $1 million home, 11 plus years in fitness, a body that I would have dreamt to have, building a family, 15-year career, building generational wealth through investing. But I used to be unemployed. I used to literally feel so empty, so broken. And what I didn't realize is that I was never going to be able to make it until I actually stopped hanging around the people, the very people that I thought were my team. Because I didn't realize one thing, fam, that my sense of identity was trying to reflect their expectations, reflect their comments. I was either trying to prove them wrong or prove them right. And that was the very environment that was making change impossible. It could never happen for me to actually try something new, because I would be scared about being embarrassed in front of everybody. And it's those little comments, oh, look at this guy, this, that. Very lighthearted things that in itself don't mean anything. I am sure they didn't mean anything bad, most of those people. But that those little comments, those from your people, those are the things that actually destroy you and prevent 99% of the people out there from actually having the consistency and the persistence to go after their dreams, especially at the beginning, and especially in those vulnerable moments where you want to give up. And you're going to have your environment telling you, well, you weren't meant for this anyways. This is not you. What are you trying to do? By allowing myself to get out of these circles, to not tell anybody what I was doing, to get out of social media, that literally saved me and allowed me to go into jobs that I never would have taken before, routines I never would have taken before. It allowed me to learn about self-development, something that perhaps I've never talked to any of my friends about because maybe it doesn't look cool. Everybody wants to go out there and talk about sports and music, and I was just here thinking about some deep stuff. And guess what? I had to do that on my own. I had to face the silence. I had to face the loneliness. I had to be the one-man show. But it is in that moment that I stopped actually seeing myself through other people's eyes and actually learned to see my own self, to build real confidence, real recognition of myself, of my value, take ownership of my own actions, to stop blaming anybody else. And now I've reconnected with many of those friends and I've lost many of them as well. That's life. What I've done, however, is save the only relationship that matters the most and that will be there with me until it's all said and done, and that's the relationship between me, myself, and I. You must not give up on you. You matter more than anything else out there. Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect with your highest sense. And keep going.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people needed to hear that because like the last video I did, and I've been talking about it a lot lately, was monk mode. And you see at the end when he said never give up, don't give up. Keep going, keep pushing, because you may be a month away from hitting your goal. Keep striving. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
Brothers! What we doing live? Echoes in eternity.
The Iceman is coming! Fire!
Winter is here.